the heart of God, rest in love. We wander endlessly in samsara, so tired, forever chasing after illusion, running after thoughts and feelings, constantly feeding a ghost, desiring all manner of things to appease a dreamlike self, making baseless decisions when all is choiceless awareness. Who is going where, doing what? The very act of doing just takes us further away. Reliving patterns, we are dreaming. Let go of the world, surrender and come to the love of truth, effortless ease. Whether seeking out there or within, eventually we reach the end of the seeker, the end of seeking. What's left but basic, natural peace and happiness. How wondrous! We searched high and low all over the world. We searched every nook and cranny within, only to finally rest where we already were. All along, our basic nature was peace and happiness. We burst out laughing. What a marvel, this mind. Ordinary naturalness, uncontrived simplicity. There is no way to describe it. The mind will just pick that up and turn it into a product of the mind when it is outside the scope of conception. It would just be an imagined truth, not real truth. realize your fundamental nature, and that the universe of possibilities and appearances that arise out of this nature are illusory and false. Anything that arises is illusion. There is only oneness, the truth, appearing as many, the false. An attempt to describe it could be our basic, ordinary nature, and still this falls short. For how can we get to truth while using illusion? Words can never reach it. This is the end of ignorance, the end of suffering, the end of the imagined world, the end of becoming, the need to become someone, to become something. When you come home to naturalness, you are in complete awe of how we were once so taken in by the separate self and the illusory world the mind had created. What was once our everyday experience is now seen as utterly unreal. Pure love, effortlessness. To do something would mean the vast, open expanse of consciousness has contracted into a separate self who is going to go and do something. This is simply a wave flowing through awareness, completely unreal. Even with good intentions, to grasp it would only further entrench the belief in a separate self and solidify the dream world. The whole dichotomy is an illusion. There is no duality, no subject-object, only experiential truth, love, the root of ignorance stems from misidentification with the body. When we were young, we mistook our body to be who and what we are. This is false. The body is simply borrowed elements. Fire, water, air, and earth. At the time of death, they will be returned to the universe that bore them, and your waves and patterns will continue on. All those years ago, consciousness contracted into an ephemeral dream of you as the body, and henceforth carried on through an imagined life with this as the reference point. Consciousness limited itself into a box, weaving its way through the illusory maze of the world. Consciousness is unlimited, infinite. Consciousness is open. Simply allow this bone, skin, muscle, parts to be within the vast, open expanse of consciousness. Expanded to the furthest reaches of the cosmos. Our mind is free. Everything arises due to interdependence. The great display of God. Causes and conditions bouncing off causes and conditions. Everything is connected. Everything happens for a reason. What seems insignificant and unimportant one moment can be the very thing that saves your life the next. for we can never know. Only trust in God. There is nothing to ruminate over or control. Let it all be. Let it all play out naturally. We don't need to think our way through life, for life is not what we think it is. It's simply as it is. You are safe, for at the most fundamental level, nothing has ever happened. All beings can realize their fundamental nature through grace and a sincere yearning deep within the heart for truth. We can all realize this nature, realize the ultimate truth of love, for love is all there is, our very essence. Love is liberation. Liberation is love. Transcend the mind that thinks in words and come into the heart. Our karma from past lives and the merit from this past karma, all is carried over and continued in this life. Through grace and devotion, there is liberation from the little separate self to the big universal self. Liberation to divine presence. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. See with the eyes of God. Pure knowing is divine presence. Everything you have ever experienced is God. God alone. God is real. The heart of being. The heart of God. Living miracle. The heart is liberation. Blessings. Blessings. Blessings.